an eye on what you're doing.
This is the Town of Lake Park, Florida regular commission meeting for Wednesday, February 18th, 2026. The time is now 6:33 p.m. Can we please have the clerk take the roll call?
Mayor Michaud,
Here.
Vice Mayor Hensley,
Here.
Commissioner Linden, Commissioner O'Rourke, and Commissioner Thomas is not present.
Okay. Can we please rise for the pledge? Okay, please be seated. Next, we have the approval of the agenda. If there are any modifications that need to be made, please say so now. Otherwise, if no modifications are needed to be made, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the agenda as it stands.
We have a first and a second. Any other further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The approval of the agenda passes unanimously. Next, we have a special presentation and report for a proclamation for Florida Bicycle Month for March of 2026. And we have a special guest that is here, near and dear to all of our hearts. Would you please rise so we can present you with this proclamation?
You should hold that.
Oh, the memories. That is real gold. And that says Town Commission Obstacle Course Champion. And I believe you are indeed the reigning defending champion.
We should see the video on it.
Yeah, we should see the video on it.
We should watch it.
All right, Ms. Kim Blas-Castro, I will present to you this proclamation declaring March of 2026 as Florida Bicycle Month. Whereas the Town of Lake Park residents and visitors engage in bicycling as a viable and environmentally sound form of transportation and an excellent form of physical activity and recreation, and whereas the state of Florida designates March as Bicycle Month and Palm Beach County will recognize it locally, and whereas Florida Bicycle Month features a number of fitness opportunities, educational programs, racing, commuting, and charity events for riders of all ages and abilities to enjoy throughout the month at various parks and locations throughout Palm Beach County. And whereas the recognition of Florida Bicycle Month will raise awareness of bicycling and ultimately promote physical activity and healthy lifestyles by elevating bicycle as a more widely accepted choice of transportation. Whereas Palm Beach Transportation, Whereas the Palm Beach Transportation Planning Agency plans and recommends projects to make bicycling more accessible and promotes comprehensive community education efforts aimed at improving bicycle safety. And whereas creating a bicycle-friendly community has been shown to improve citizens' health, well-being, and quality of life, growing the economy of the Town of Lake Park, attracting tourism dollars, improving traffic safety, supports student learning outcomes, and reducing pollution, congestion, and wear and tear on our streets. And whereas Palm Beach County has an ever-expanding designated or enhanced bicycle lane network with over 270 miles of existing and 745 miles of planned facilities to create a safe, connected system of bicycle infrastructure. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Roger Michaud, do hereby proclaim March of 2026 as Florida Bicycle Month in the Town of Lake Park. Congratulations. And just to let you know, our former vice, well, we'll do the picture first and then I'll say. And why you were chosen to receive this proclamation, of course, is we know that bicycling is a big thing in your life. It's a big thing that you promote, and you are the founder of Tour de Lake Park. So it's only fitting that you are the one to come up and receive this proclamation and encourage all of us to be healthy, be safe, and enjoy a day of bicycling outside. Great weather, great community, great people. So we thank.
Do we have a date for the community bike ride this?
We do have a date. I believe it's March 13th. 14th? 14th. March 14th. So expect a call soon. And if you have anything to say, we would appreciate you giving us your words, or maybe not. But thank you for always being there for us. Thank you for being a well-astute member of the community, as well as a leader, which we know you are. And we look forward to seeing you out there on the bicycle. Thank you. Okay. Next, we have public comment. I do have 3 public comment cards. I will start off with my first one being Michael Steinhauer. And let it be for the record, I have passed out your public comment amongst the dais members.
Thank you.
For the record.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Commissioners. I'm here tonight to respectfully urge you to pause consideration, votes, or forward movement on any major or highly contentious issues until after the mayoral election on March 10th. In a representative democracy, a reference I often speak of in testimony as a reminder of our shared values, public confidence in government decisions is just as important as to the decisions themselves. When major actions are taken immediately before an election, especially those that could have long-term financial, development, or policy impacts, it can create the perception that the public is being denied a meaningful voice at a critical moment. Even if that's not the intent, perception matters, trust matters. Our community is about to choose its executive leadership. That choice may signal a shift or a reaffirmation of the policy direction residents want for our town. Moving forward now on issues that have the potential to divide the community risks locking in decisions before voters have had the opportunity to express their will at the ballot box. Waiting just a short period of time now demonstrates respect for voters, respect for the democratic process, and a respect for the stability of the decisions you make. It ensures that major actions are taken with the clearest possible mandate from the public and alongside the leadership that voters select to help guide those decisions. This is not about delaying progress. It's about ensuring legitimacy, public buy-in, and long-term community confidence in the outcomes you approve. I ask you to show restraint, demonstrate institutional patience, and allow the voters to speak first. After March 10th, regardless of the outcome, you can move forward knowing your actions may align with the most current voice of the people that you serve. Thank you for your time and your service to this community.
Thank you. Ms. Kelly Steele.
Good morning, Mayor, Commissioners, and thank you all for your service. I came with a praise report tonight. Many of you yesterday got a message probably early in the morning that there was a missing gal, Ella Sears. And I just want to, I've known Ella since she was a little girl. She was in Lake Park because of an initiative that we were helping her family with to get her to a therapeutic place. We did realize at 6:30 in the morning that she had fled at 5:30. And we immediately called the Sheriff's Department. They were there in minutes, multiple cars, and I just have to say they were really amazing. They were just in action. They were doing everything they could. They were taking reports. They were just like very personally engaged and getting the other task force involved. And your name came up, and one of the officers was giving you praise, Captain Sanford, and just saying what a great job you're doing as a leader. So I just want to thank you so much for your department. And the good news was we were all outside. We were all searching for her too, and so we're very, very grateful. She was found sometime around 4 o'clock at Walmart. And so the task force instantly came there, and now she's in a much safer place. So yes, believing that your team and everyone helping yesterday and all the people that were helping online with that sheriff's message going out to the community was very, very helpful. So I just want to thank you and the sheriff's department. Thank you.
Thank you. Michael O'Rourke.
I know this is an unusual way to speak to this dais, but there's things going on in this town that we need to talk about. On December 5th of last year, Mr. Baird sent out a memo with regard to a legal opinion on issues of sunshine law violations. In that memo, it infers that 3 members of this dais are subject to possible criminal penalties. I'm one of them, and I want to address that tonight. The allegations of meeting in a private meeting without the public, in contrary to the Sunshine Law, is an opinion that was presented by Mr. Baird. That opinion seems to be used now as a tool to go after the development in the P3 area. Now, I find it very unusual that somebody who's supposed to be here to protect our legal interests, that's what his job is. He failed to do that, if in fact his memo is correct. He failed to protect me as a commissioner, which is his job. And instead, what I have are people over in this area threatening me. And yeah,
please state, Mr. Commissioner O'Rourke, please state this.
Okay. I am tired of the threats. I am tired of these allegations that I'm not a worthy commissioner. And those things extend to other members of this community. And this dais, we have, I'm running out of time, but we have a meeting coming, a vote coming up tonight. That vote is a vote that has taken our legal representation against our dais.
Thank you. That's all the public comment cards I have. Next, we have the consent agenda. If there are any modifications that need to be made for consent, I will entertain that. Otherwise, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Any other further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, the consent passes unanimously. I have nothing on ordinance on first reading, nor do I have nothing on ordinance on second reading. However, under new business, we have item number 4, an agreement amendment to Town Attorney Jones Foster, PA, Resolution 140226. I will move this over to the Town Attorney.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an amendment to our agreement with the town to enable our litigation, my litigation partners to charge $500 an hour, which is more than the $300 an hour rate that we charge for administrative work. We now have 2 cases pending against the town. They are represented by lawyers. In the case of the lawyer representing Forrest, substantial law firm with lawyers that make twice the $500 an hour request through me. An earlier version had requested you review the administrative rate. I'd like to save that until the budget process and see how that can work. Could be that there would be, if the commission is inclined, a retainer basis as opposed to an hourly rate. But whatever it is, we want to make sure that it's efficient and that it fits within your budget. So all I'm asking you to do is approve the amendment to allow the litigators to be able to defend the town in the litigation that has been brought against the town.
This is strictly for, in relation to the 2 pending litigations that are standing.
Well, we have the lawsuit that we're prosecuting on behalf of the town, and there is in Forest Development operating at Sales as C, which had a lease with the town for its barge that they used for showcasing the units at Nautilus, has not complied with their agreement. There's been an exchange of letters, but it's going to be up to the commission. I was going to bring that up under my comments, but we've asked them to comply with their agreement. They have not paid the town any rent since October, which from our perspective, because the town can't use that area, they in effect are a holdover tenant. But the most important part of that was they were supposed to restore that area and put floating docks in. The town has not been able to charge any vessels for slips to those floating docks since October. So each month that goes by, the town loses more money because it can't locate vessels in that area. But I'll leave that for further discussion later, and all I'm asking is that you approve this so we can defend the town.
Okay. And again, for the record, this has nothing to do with your rate per se, just the rate of your firm in order to defend these cases.
Well, I'm not going to be one of the litigators in this. I'm certainly going to be somebody that works with my litigation team. The team that you have is a pretty formidable team.
Okay.
Scott Hawkins, who's the chairman of our firm, known widely throughout Florida as one of the top litigators in Florida. Travis Foles, who you may or may not recognize, but Travis has been targeted as one of the attorneys in Florida under 40 to watch because of his skills. And then you've met Brett, who's got a few years less experience than Travis, but and they're not necessarily all working at the same time, so you're not. It's not $1,500 an hour. It's whatever they're doing as part of the litigation. I think Scott, for example, is primarily there for advice to us and some guidance.
Okay. Is there any questions for the town attorney? Commissioner O'Rourke. Make sure your mic's on.
Is the agreement that you're asking to amend part of the record here tonight?
No, I'm asking to amend the agreement.
It says amendment to the agreement for town attorney that was included in our packet.
It's section 3A.
Okay.
I don't know
So-
what was distributed to you. I think what was distributed to you originally was for $500 an hour and increasing the $300 an hour to $400. I subsequently submitted a document that removed the $300 or the $400 an hour and just deals with the $500 an hour.
Well, then I asked the town manager, is there another document that we should be looking at? Because this one says $400 an hour.
Yes, sir. It was submitted to us yesterday, a revision.
Okay.
And so an email went out just to notify you guys. And
So you notified us by email. That's how it happened?
And we republished the item, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
The only thing that was changed was the number from 400 to 500.
It was 300 to 400, so it stayed at 300. And then the $500 was not included in the original one. So that was the cap. So that's the cap that was included as well.
Okay, and the legal document, since I haven't been given that legal document, it says the hourly rate was for general legal matters. Was that correct? Is that how it's presented?
Do you have a copy of it? It's for litigation purposes.
Oh, no, if I may read that part. The firm may charge higher hourly rates for matters or litigation the firm determines to be complex. Seems like an open contract here. For
Well, that
me.
was changed to cap it at $500 an hour.
Okay.
So that's the only thing.
question I'm asking him, but if you want to answer it, thank you, Tom.
Well, I'm
The,
just telling
the-
you what's in the document, Mike.
Look, this is an issue. We have one item on our agenda tonight, and we couldn't even get it here for us to discuss it. I work all the time. I work every day, a lot of hours, and it pressures me when I have to come in here and I have to prepare, because I do prepare every meeting. I read these things. Luckily, we only have one thing on the agenda tonight, and it's yours. Your increase in litigation fees. Okay, the only change is it looks like is you kept the $300 instead of going to $400, and again, everything else is okay, and it caps it. Okay, I see that was added to then. But okay, it shall not exceed. All right. Then that still doesn't change the fact that that was presented to us the day before this meeting, presented to you the day before the meeting. And that's not appropriate. We shouldn't be, and I'll agree with Michael on this one, we shouldn't be voting on this tonight. Why are we voting on something that we didn't have a chance to even discuss? I'm looking like I don't know what I'm talking about because I pulled up the agenda, which was, by the way, presented to us on the Friday. The issue that they talk about with regard to clarity and letting everybody see what's going on. This is how I get my information. I go on the public site because I don't want to be the one getting special information. I want to know what's happening, what the public is seeing. That came up apparently, I guess it was changed today. So I didn't have a chance to get in there today because I was in several different courtrooms all day long.
And actually, the agenda was presented to us
Was
on
that the-
Thursday. On Thursday.
Was that the agenda packet?
The agenda was published on Wednesday,
Yeah,
Wednesday
I
afternoon.
thought it was Wednesday the 11th. if I'm
There's a
correct.
difference between the agenda and the agenda packet. When was the agenda packet presented?
They were both published at the same time on Wednesday.
Okay, thank you. I don't know why it takes so long to get this stuff out to us. Every meeting, we have the same thing going on. And now I'm up here saying, why are you getting a $400 raise? You're not. Why are you getting litigation fees beyond what I determined and looked at and read was complex litigation matters? I don't understand how this is going on, and I'll have no more questions.
I'm happy to take out the word complex.
I'm sorry?
I'm happy to take out the word complex if that's an issue and just leave it as litigation.
No, there's certainly complex litigation coming around. I'm sure of that.
Any questions on this side?
No, I'm good.
Vice Mayor? I've already asked my questions. If there are no other questions, I'll entertain the motion.
I move that the town terminate the contract of the town attorney.
Are you quoting the resolution on your motion?
No.
Okay. Okay. Do we have a second?
If we have a second, it could be for discussion, and I could explain why I'm taking that position. I guess we're not going to have a second, so I'll have that discussion later.
I think we should probably focus on this item first. And in our comments, Commissioner Roy can discuss
On the
this.
mic.
We can just probably focus on this item, and in our comments, we can discuss, Commissioner Roy can discuss this. What,
The proper protocol is a motion and a second.
There is no
Then-
second,
There is
so it
no
fails.
second, so the motion does not pass.
So, Mayor, can we ask for a second motion?
Can we ask for a second motion?
I make a motion to remove Resolution 130226, approving the renewal of the escrow account agreement with the county clerk. I think that's the wrong one, is it? No. Sorry. No, sorry.
That's okay.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 140226, amending the town manager agreement, Jones and Foster, PA, effective March 1st, and authorize the mayor to execute the proposed amendment and to the agreement.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a first and a second. Any other further discussion?
Yes. May I?
Commissioner O'Rourke.
Thank you. We're about to vote on a contract with a town manager who has written our town code on our town attorney that requires, in order for him to be terminated as our town attorney, to have a supermajority. That was written in. That was this attorney's action. So in order for him to be removed as a town attorney, you need a supermajority. Considering that, that we don't even, considering what I spoke about at the dais up there, that I am now in jeopardy of a possible criminal action. And so are two of the other commissioners on this dais tonight. The memo, which I have here, I will ask to be included as part of my comments tonight. Give an analysis as to how likely it is for someone to be brought up on those charges. The discussion there creates a very difficult position for anybody that's sitting as a commissioner, because in doing so, they have used, the firm of Jones Foster seems to have used this allegation of sunshine law violations as a tool to argue that the agreement, the P3 agreement that was signed, is void ab initio, meaning is void because at the beginning, even before the contract is, whether it's signed or not, it's just void. It's a void contract. That's their argument in their political, excuse me, I didn't mean political, in their legal discussion against the developer that had signed the agreement with the town. There's a conflict of interest in that. In this discussion that we have now about increasing fees for this law firm, we have presented them with a position where they're going to make money off our town through a process that I believe was manipulated so that we, as members of this dais, don't make any waves. The sunshine law violations and the sunshine law in this dais, in this room, is being used as a sledgehammer. They're being used because you all were asked to have one-on-one meetings. With whom? With one side. Does anybody know even what the other side is? Any of the dais members? You don't have to answer. I'm just saying. You're going on the word of a guy that has put us in jeopardy. And I'm really ticked off about it. And now that law firm is coming to me after they failed me in their legal duty to advise me that I could be in jeopardy of a crime. Mr. Baird attended those meetings that he mentions in there, except for the last one. And yet, that becomes the basis of this lawsuit's argument that the contract is void. It's a losing argument. We are going to spend a ton of money. Right now, the amount is $400,000. They're going to go through that in no time. This is not a good plan of action right now. And both the town attorney and the town manager are working together on this direction so that when this lawsuit starts really kicking in, we're never going to be able to keep up with it. Never. This law firm that is going against this town is a significant one. Mr. Baird was right about that. But Jones and Foster is also a significant law firm. Very highly respected. I know the Sickland family very well. It's a respected law firm. But this idea of using the Sunshine Law as a tool against me in particular and two other members here, that's not appropriate action for an attorney. That's it. Thank you.
Any other comments?
Yes,
Commissioner Linden.
it's not Tom and his group that's bringing it against us. It's the lawsuit that could ruin 3 of our careers in a heartbeat. I've asked, can we be elected or reelected if this lawsuit goes through? Dead ears, okay? Which means that 2 of us would lose our commission and the mayor gets elected. If he gets elected, then he loses his seat also. But the way I read this, they're going to defend us. Outside agency, if you would, has already filed the lawsuit. We all read the lawsuit, all right? And they're here to defend us, not to add to us. I don't at all disagree with Commissioner O'Rourke. Should we have been warned ahead of time? Probably would have been a good idea. And I was in all of those meetings along with the other 2, and I do remember Baird being there, all right? On all of them, I couldn't swear, but I know that he was there because we had talked about it and did it. The meetings themselves with the Sunshine Law looks like it's their only approach to come to us to cause us to be defamed, if you would. So if we're found guilty, then that whole set of meetings would be dismissed by a judge, all right? And that's when round 2 starts, who is responsible for doing what. That being said, we all know that we were under the impression, I say we, I'm going to include the mayor and the commissioner, that Don Delaney said that we had this right to meet in private, all right? Find out that that was revised and was never true. DeAugustino insisted that, yeah, we can do it. Now the question comes up, there was no recordings of it. There was no transcripts made. Well, no, go.
I disagree with that. I'm sorry, John.
Okay,
I was
no,
at
please.
every one of those meetings, if I may just make this point.
Go ahead.
I was at every one of those meetings. Every time we went to a meeting, I was presiding as the mayor. There was recordings for every one of them. Where they went, I don't know.
Okay.
But you know that. You were there. When we started those meetings, the first thing we did was press the record button on every one of those meetings.
Mayor, I'm going to suggest that this is active litigation. You have the plaintiff in the audience. If you want to discuss the lawsuit in public and potentially put the town in a more difficult position, then that's your decision. But I'm advising you not to.
Then I would suggest this conversation going in the direction.
And after all, this discussion is not about the lawsuit. It's about whether or not you're going to approve an amendment to the Jones-Foster contract.
It's
So
about
if there
your law
is
firm.
discussion that's germane to that issue, I suggest you have that discussion and take action. If you don't want me to serve as a town attorney, I'm happy to walk out the door.
Can I speak now? This conversation needs to stop. We are under litigation. We should not even be having this discussion.
That's part of the
I-
sunshine law nonsense hammering that we're restricted by. It was all meant to happen this way. You don't understand that. I've been through this with these people.
First of all, I'm right here with you in this. I'm not going to say no more because I don't think it should be any words being said. And that's the way I feel. Because contrary to you two, I'm in this too, and I have more at stake for me in my reputation because I'm not just a public servant here. I'm a public servant for the county. So that plays a role as well. So as much as you want to talk about this, I suggest we stop now.
Well, I'm okay with that. I understand. But at some point, this has to be discussed.
And I think it will be discussed under the direction of whatever happens with this vote and how our town attorney deems it to suggest and advise. And then we all have the decision to decide how we move forward with it as a commission.
If I may, just a comment, I will not make any more comments about anything that I've addressed so far. Michael Steinhauser has suggested we table this. One meeting, I think one meeting might be a good idea.
How does the rest of the dais feel about that?
I'm okay with tabling it, but
There's
that's not
a
what's in
motion and a second on the floor.
The motion can be
But
amended.
you
correct?
can amend the motion if you want to, but
Or you can withdraw it and make it again the next time we bring it up.
So I made the motion.
Well, wait a second.
No.
There's a motion out there. I'm
There's
sorry.
a motion
No,
and a
that's fine.
second already there.
Yeah, I already made a motion.
You made the motion?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
he
you
did.
can amend the motion?
Yes.
And Mr. Mayor, I said we take a vote because I think Mr. Bear is doing his job. I understand that this stuff come front, but if we read our emails way beforehand, we had got that this wasn't him that put this out there. This was the developers. And he just summed it up for us. Now, I don't know what happened back in those days before I got here, but I'm just saying in this perspective, if we want somebody to defend us going forward, we got to have a plan in place to go forward. We have a couple of litigations that's coming up that we probably need to get working on.
Okay.
There's already funds in our budget for that.
We have a motion and a second. Any other further discussion?
Explain the motion so it's clear.
Please repeat the motion.
The motion, I approve the resolutions. Oh, laptop went off. I move to approve Resolution 140226, amended the Town Attorney Agreement, Jones and Foster, PA, effective March 1st, 2026, to authorize the mayor to execute proposed amendments to this agreement. So that's in the 300 to the 400, can exceed the 5 only on litigations, correct?
No,
It would not include the 300 to the 400. It's only capping complex litigation or the litigation at
Yeah.
$500. The current rate would remain exactly the same.
Same. So we're any litigation that we're going to be under,
That we are under. We
Yeah.
need to respond
Yeah.
to various claims now.
All set?
let me ask you a question. If we don't approve this, we possibly don't have, we go to litigation, what happens? I mean, what rate, what lawyers would we get? Because I think that should be known too.
We have a contract with the town. We're going to honor our contract.
But if we're on a litigation, we want the best of the best out of the firm. So, I'm just saying that. I have my vote if we want to go ahead and make a vote.
All set? All set? Can we do a roll call vote?
Commissioner Linden, how do you vote?
yes.
Vice Mayor Hensley, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Rourke, how do you vote?
Nay.
Mayor Michaud, how do you vote?
Yes.
That's 3-1. Pass.
Town attorney comments.
As you now know, we have a lawsuit pending against the town brought by Forest Development. We are studying and working on an answer in response to that complaint. A second lawsuit based on a alleged violation of the Sunshine Law has been filed against the Town Commission, Commissioner O'Rourke, Mayor Michaud, and Commissioner Linden. That lawsuit was just filed, and we are evaluating it in the context of the allegations of that complaint. I would like to request, although I do not know that we will be ready, for an attorney-client session to discuss the lawsuits. And I think that probably in order of preference, the Sunshine lawsuit ought to be discussed first. And so we'll work with the town manager to notice what's commonly known as a shade session at an appropriate time to do that. The second item is what I mentioned earlier. The Sales at Sea LLC, the managing partner of which is Peter Batarian, has, from our perspective, breached the agreement that it had with the town regarding that floating dock. We wrote to them, asked them to comply with the agreement. They wrote back and said, we'd like to amicably settle this, but you're wrong. We're not paying you anything. Essentially setting that up for if you want to get your floating docks. Apparently their position is that they were obligated to install once the agreement ended in October, which was terminated in October. They've not installed it, so apparently if you want to enforce the contract, you would have to bring an action against them to enforce that contract. That's up to you. We will do whatever you ask us to do in that regard. If you want to stand down and see if they have a different proposal from the last proposal, which was, we're not going to do anything, then happy to wait it out. Those slips will not be available. Town will, or the marina will continue to lose money from those slips not being available for rent by vessels.
What is the desire?
I make a motion to move.
What are you going to do?
Wait a minute, repeat that again, please. You went.
I make a motion to move forward and sending them a letter. I mean, I don't think we should stand back at.
We've already sent them a letter.
Yeah, make a, well, you know what letter I'm talking about. I mean, I saw the email, I think it was today or yesterday, how much we're losing just off not having that dock up as a town. And we're talking about the funds of the town. And every time I hear the funds of the town, the funds of the town, the funds of the town, well, we're losing money now just for that dock not being up, ready to go, correct?
Oh, hold on. Jason?
Good evening, Jason Tenney, Marina Director. Yes, we're currently missing out around $7,500 a month.
And that's, I mean, they don't want to do it. I mean, I guess we should do something about it.
Okay.
Did you say $7,000 a month?
$7,500 a month, yes. $37,500. However, we have continued to bill Forest Development for the Sails at Sea barge as if it was there because the space is not usable. And that's what Mr. Baird is referring to as the refusal to pay. So.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Yeah, I'll second it.
We have a first and a second. Any other further discussion?
I'm sure you're surprised that I have further things to say about this. Jason, a question. Did you ever work for Jet Ride?
Yes.
Okay. So how did, when we so ungloriously chased the barge out and the town manager posted pictures on our phones about the barge being dragged out of the harbor, how did it wind up that Jet Ride got the most, the best slips in the marina? How did that happen?
So the area that's outside the deed restriction is along E-Dock. There's 15 slips that are not deed restricted, meaning we can put private boat clubs in there.
All right, can we stick
No,
to the
this is all part of it.
No.
You
Can we
know,
stick to the
Mayor,
narrative?
may I make a point of order here?
Yes, go ahead and make your point of order.
This is a discussion about another lawsuit that this town is going to engage in. We already know we don't have money for this stuff. I'm trying to show you there's things happening in this town that you don't know about because you only talk to two people. So I'm trying to have a discussion here about what's going on in our marina.
And I think during discussion, the discussion happens here, correct?
He was brought up to discuss that.
He made a point, he's done.
And I am asking him questions. Am I not allowed to ask him questions about what's going on?
You're pretty seasoned at this, right?
Yeah.
You know the discussion happens here, right? Or did you fail to forget?
I'm allowed to ask questions of a person that you brought up, that he brought up and asked a question. Is he not? Should we strike the question that he just asked?
Well,
No,
look,
that's not how it
Mayor,
works.
You've got a motion on the floor.
And
The
a second.
discussion is your discussion. It's not for questions and answers of staff. This happened the last meeting, too. After a motion was on the floor, then a staff person gets called up to participate in your discussion.
Which is why I made the statement when I made it.
And another way to prevent me from telling the town what's going on in our marina.
Do you have commissioner comments coming up?
Well,
You're going to restrict
No,
my
I'm saying, why don't
discussion
you-
as a commissioner
Why don't you speak on it during your commissioner comments? Right?
because the topic is up right now that you just
Right,
raised.
I think you-
A motion was made.
I think you could discuss
A question
what-
was addressed, and I am addressing questions with regard to
yeah.
that.
I think because we have a motion, we have a second. So what the mayor is saying, we discussed it up here together.
No, he
right.
he understands exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, so let me go to discussion then. You're shutting me down.
No.
Yes,
I'm
you
asking
are.
you to have a
You're
discussion
shutting me
here.
down. You're shutting me down. Our marina director worked for Jet Ride. I know this. It has nothing to do with this information I got. It has nothing to do with talking to people that are on another side of a lawsuit that we were having. I found this stuff out because I'm an attorney and I know how to find questions, answers to questions. They're getting prime, let's call it prime water rights, prime dock space for a reason. Do you know why? Do you know what the reason is? Because there's an interest in this town to bring in, and I should just not say it right now. It's information I already know about. But you should look into it and find out why this is happening down there. You should all be interested in it. And I don't think you are, because you're hearing it from two people and maybe a third person too.
Please have a seat. Please have a seat. Thank you.
I'm not going to go further with this because apparently you're not interested. So I'm just going to leave it where it is right now. And I'm telling you, folks, as colleagues of mine, we're in deep trouble here. And it has nothing to do with the actions that I have created, or you, or you.
Any other comments?
Well, yeah, interested in full disclosure. And during discussion, we have asked people up to the dais for explanations. Staff, one, doesn't matter, pick a person, because we didn't thoroughly understand the situation or had questions for them. So it's not unusual, in my thought, to ask questions if I don't know the answer to, and staff may have the answer, if it's relevant to our discussion at the dais.
And you usually have that time prior to the motion, prior to the second.
I've seen it go all three ways. At this dais, again, third term like most of us up here, you see a lot of things move and change. But this is so critical because this is could potentially cost us well over the $400,000. And if there's something underlining out there that we can eradicate quickly, or at least be aware of it, I'd like to know about it.
In that case, if I pull my motion back, Commissioner Rourke will be able to ask these questions?
No, because you
We're
can't.
you're under town attorney comments.
Yes.
That's what I
And
thought.
I asked you, I presented a factual scenario to you.
Yes.
And I made
You
a motion.
elected to make a motion.
And a second.
That was seconded. Under Robert's rules and any order of decorum, the discussion is limited to the motion. If you want to withdraw the motion, withdraw the motion, and I will continue with my report.
So, are you done? I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
So I get both, you know, I don't, it's not that I don't, I think you said we don't care, attend what's going on down there. Well, we do, but if I don't know something, I don't know something. It's just the way it is. As Commissioner Thomas said, if you don't know what you don't know. However, I do know that we're losing $7,500 a month to somebody that will not come and explain why, or they refuse to even sit down to pay it. However, they will also elect to sue us about any little thing, and they won't fix the property of the people. I understand we are elected to represent the people. So with $7,500 and they're saying, I'm not coming down, I'm not coming, then the only way I can get them in here if I drag them in court. I know it costs a little bit of money, but I think $75 each month is cheaper. I mean, it's cheaper to go to court than lose $7,500. Now, the whole marina deal with Jet Ride, that I haven't even looked at because I'm looking at this item here. The item about the client privilege about our dock. I've seen pictures down there. I actually went down there. I was down there the other day. I got pictures of myself. It needs to be fixed. Agreement is agreement. If that developer, what would they say if they would cry to say, we want you to hold agreement? Well, we want them to hold agreement. Fix what they left out there. That's all. And then we don't even have to go to this whole thing. I mean, we can scratch the whole thing. They fix what they tore up out there. Other than that, we lose $7,500 because we can't use the space a month.
Commissioner Rourke.
We're also losing $1.2 million because the town has made a decision.
Over 99 years, we are.
No. Over the failure of this town to move forward with an agreement that they had. $1.2 million for the reverter clause.
If we can if they can just
So
move
now
forward
you're
with
talking
this,
about
the dock.
another lawsuit that's pending, and I'm going to advise you not to discuss pending litigation.
I'm ready to vote.
Yeah.
Again, the Sunshine Law sledgehammer.
I wanted to ask a question before I got mixed up. So we have asked them to come fix the dock. What they know about this contract, correct?
Now, we haven't asked them. They have a contract that requires them, once they remove the barge from the area of the marina in which it was located, to replace with floating docks,
Right.
the slips that were previously available there for
Right. Well,
vessels.
when I said, did you send a letter earlier? You said, yeah, we sent a letter, correct?
I sent a letter that requested that they comply with the terms of their agreement and that they pay, since they weren't complying, they pay rent because the town can't use that property
And what-
because it hasn't been replaced with floating docks.
And what was their response?
Their response was no, in short. They offered no proposal as to when they might when they might install the floating docks, whether they were agreeable to paying any rent or any compensation to the town for the loss of revenue that the town has incurred. And then, when a follow-up email, I advised them, well, look, if you don't have a proposal, then I will advise the commission, which I have done tonight, that they have no proposal. And it's up to you. You have a motion, you have a second. If you want to move forward with it, that's fine. If you don't, that's okay too. That's your decision. You will continue to lose that money monthly, and that's your decision.
Town manager, did you have something you want to add?
I'd be happy to share some of the history as well to some of this. First, the reason why the barge had to be moved is because there was an agreement that was put in place where there were deed restrictions that did not provide for that type of use. Not just the barge, but also the 2 membership boat clubs. So we were in violation, and if we continued to do it, we had, not that it would happen, but there was a chance of us losing our marina. That could have happened at some point. Would it have happened? Probably not, but that was the issue. Unfortunately, 3 businesses that were there had to move because we were in violation of the state's deed restrictions. With regards to the agreement has been in place for a number of years with Sales at Seas, which is what the attorney was talking about, forest development. It clearly says in the document that they will repair or make the improvements to return it back to what it was, and then later on it says floating docks. That was agreed upon by the developer. Following removal of the barge, and even prior, there's I believe, written confirmation that they were going to do this. In fact, Mr. Tenney was asked by the developer to determine how much it would cost to put in the floating docks. Not his responsibility to do that, but out of the kindness of his heart and the time that he did, he went and found out what the cost was. It was, I believe, almost $600,000 to put in the floating docks that were required. The restaurant at Nautilus has a real interest in using those docks for transient boat rentals. And it was determined that it was too much money by the developer to go forward with it. There has been no application for permits. There has been no submittal of any documentation from the developer to restore that area to what it should be, or even to put in the floating docks. There have been a number of efforts verbally and in writing. Tell us what you're doing, pay the amount. It was only recently that the attorney was brought in to say, hey, something needs to be done. Following that letter, there were 2 letters by our attorney. They told us that they had no interest in providing the floating docks or repairing it to where it was. So our attorney again wrote a second letter saying, disputing or refuting a number of their comments in their letter. They're all public record. Happy to share them. You guys have seen them. But it's just a matter of, this is an area, there was an agreement. We're just trying to enforce the agreement that was here before I was here, So just trying to enforce an agreement. The marina is, in a difficult position because those boat clubs, when they were moved out, used a lot more of our services, and there was a lot more fees that were paid that we're now not receiving. So it's critical for us to obtain every dollar we can at that marina. They're holding off on staffing to be able to afford what they're doing. They're working on a skeleton crew out there to be able to do what they're doing. And they're doing a great job with it. So this was all not planned. It was all because the deed restrictions. And that's one of the reasons why we asked with the second appraisal to have all the deed restrictions removed. That was a $10 million number that came back to us with the appraisal, which the developer decided not to go forward with. So again, staff is doing everything we can to try, and we're asked to look at our expenditures, we're asked to manage our revenues. We do all that. And this is one of the ways that we do it, is enforce agreements that have been approved by this commission or previous commissions to ensure that revenues, that the town is not transferring dollars from general fund to pay for an enterprise fund operation. And that's what we're asking. That's all. Should we go forward with holding them accountable to the agreement or not? And this has really, I could go into the reasons why people are located in different areas, at least the boat club, and I'll be happy to do that offline, or we can do that at another time. I'll be happy to explain that. But it's all tied to the deed restrictions. We're in this situation because of the deed restrictions. In fact, that was the main reason why we went forward with the second appraisal, was to try and keep the barge where it was, or to move it where the boat club area was. It didn't fit. It didn't fit. But either way, all we're trying to do is just earn as much revenue to cover our expenditures in that enterprise fund.
Okay, thank you for that. We have a motion. We have a second. We've had discussion. I think it's time to vote. All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
Wait. We went through a half a dozen different scenarios. I just want a clarification
Yes.
on what the motion is, that's all.
Okay.
Before I vote. This is some critical stuff.
Understood.
So,
The motion, town attorney, is for the town attorney to proceed with
Holding them accountable.
the holding them accountable for the barge.
okay.
What does that mean? Is this for a lawsuit or not?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay? Clear?
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm
another
gonna-
lawsuit, that's the motion, right?
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Okay. You have your direction. Please continue.
I don't have any further comments.
Thank you. Town manager.
Mr. Mayor, I wanted to say something really quick.
Please do.
There have been some comments that I think have been unfair, frankly. I think they're unfair. I attempt to contact all of you to give you information. I don't get to reach everyone all the time, and I don't get to share the information that I'm aware of and that I'm sharing that could probably help and resolve some of the issues. And I would ask, as the manager of this town, that before we come to these meetings, if there is a question, please give me a call. Let me try and help to resolve it or give you the information so you have all the information. Because it's not fair to kind of just keep pointing a finger and saying that this is happening or that's happening. I can assure you that what we're doing, what this man is doing, what I'm trying to do is fair for this community. Now, is there an agreement all the time? No. But just ask. We're as transparent as can be. I am. I'm available. I'm available all night. I talk to many of y'all on the weekends and into the night. And all I do is ask, please, before there's a finger pointed at me, please just pick up the phone or return my phone call. Because I'm happy to share the information. I'm more than happy to share the information. And I can tell you, I don't want any of this to happen. This stinks. I walked into a lot of this. I walked into a lot of it. I walked into deed restrictions. I had to fix them. I had to fix budget stuff. I have to keep fixing a lot of stuff. And I'm getting pointed and blamed. And it's not okay anymore. It's not fair. Sit and talk to me and understand what I'm dealing with and what our staff is dealing with and how hard they're working to fix this stuff. Can't say that we love our staff and then keep blaming and pointing a finger. Whether it's me, you're pointing it at me, you're pointing it at the staff, it's a lot. It's a lot. There needs to be unity here, and I'm asking for unity here. Because this is hard as a manager to go home every day, hear what people are saying, what's being said on Facebook and everything else. It's miserable. It's miserable, and I'm here to help. And I've been asked to go other places, but I'm here to help because I believe God put me here to help and fix this stuff. And I'm not making a decision. I'm bringing you the good and the bad. You pay me a lot of money to tell you the good and the bad. Let me tell it to you. Let me share it with you before comments are made. This is the first time I've spoken the whole time. No one's asked me a question. And I'm the manager here. I know what's going on. Our staff knows what's going on. But yet we're just talking as though we know. Man, we're better than this. I think so. I think this community is better than this. Anyway, I just want to say, I'm going to continue doing my job for you all. That's my job. I am a professional manager for almost 30 years. And I can tell you, I'll be happy to sit down with any one of you and show you where we're doing fantastic and where we have opportunities for change. Doesn't mean that it was bad and wrong before. It just means I can show you ways that we're doing it differently. And I'm not pointing a finger. I'm saying I was brought here to be a professional manager. Let me be that for you. Let me be that for you. That being said, we have a downtown night out. We're going to be our first downtown movie night, which I'm excited about. We're going to be doing a lot of programming downtown. I appreciate Reuniti. I appreciate Allison and her staff working hard at looking at different things. Our library director, who's looking at different things downtown to bring people downtown so our downtown can be different and be a generator of activity and jobs and excitement for our community. So on February 20th, from 6 to 9 p.m., we're going to have a movie night. It's in honor of Black History Month. And it's in our town green, and we're going to have Black Panther. We're going to have free popcorn, peanuts, candy. Just hope that everyone can come out and support not only, our downtown, but our community, and that we have unity in our community. Our next sunset celebration will be on February 27th from 6 to 9 down at Kelsey Park. Again, another great night, a great event by our incredible staff. We have some opportunities going on with the Evergreen House, and we're excited that that's moving forward. And the historic preservation, folks are going to be moving over to the library. They're going to continue doing great work. We have a proclamation that's been requested. Let's move Palm Beach County. Is that something that you guys have an interest in us proceeding with?
Yeah, we've done that before.
Great. We also have another proclamation commemorating Harry S. Kelsey, the founder of Kelsey Park City, of course, this town. And we would like to know if you guys are good with that, and we'll bring that back to you as well, if you're good with that. That proclamation.
Consensus? You're good? Commissioner Linden?
I'm good.
Okay. I'd like to invite Reuniti to come up real quick. Another exciting program. Can't thank our captain for working this through. And this is just such an exciting program. And I know I've talked to most of you about it. And I'm just so excited about this program. I think it's going to be great for our kids. And Reuniti, if you can talk real quickly, and Captain Sanford, thank you to you and your entire team. Thank you for bringing this forward.
So PBSO reached out to us to bring their PAL program here to Lake Park. They were basically looking for a location. And so we've had a couple meetings with them to figure out how we can help, where we could put them. We have a couple different options that we're thinking about, mostly at Burt Bostrom Park. There are still a lot of questions that need to be answered and things that we kind of need to work out. But I do believe that we'll be bringing something before the commission at some point once we've kind of worked out the kinks. I do know that they did send an email later this afternoon that kind of said that we're probably about 4 months out before they would be able to be in place. But as soon as we have everything together, I'm sure we'll bring everything before you all.
And we're hopeful that the facility will be donated to us. There may be some costs that we'll figure out and we'll let you know about, but it's going to almost double our opportunity for recreational opportunities, and all the staffing's paid for through the sheriff's office. It's really, really a great program. It's tutoring. It's like a boys and girls club, but it's through this program. There's athletics, so they're going to learn discipline. They're going to have accountability, oversight when parents are working. We have a lot of folks that work late and have needs for this. This is just a great, great opportunity for us. I want to thank Reuniti. I want to thank Jamie. I want to thank, I know I'm missing folks, Nadia, our librarian. Our library director was involved in this as well. We had a lot of our team that just jumped in right away, and I can't thank you guys enough. But again, Captain Sanford, your leadership and thinking about this community, really appreciate you and the PAL folks, so thank you. Thank you. I'd also like to really quickly bring up the Avalon project, and I have Nadia here real quick to kind of talk about where we are on that. It's moving so well. It's been such a great project, and just wanted to kind of give a quick heads up on where we are on it, so thank you. And of course, the representative from Avalon's here as well.
Yes, we do have Kevin, the Director of Construction with Avalon Bay.
We've had a great relationship with, so thank you.
He could probably provide this information a lot better than I can. So did you want to just speak, or did you want to just go through your latest status? Okay, go ahead.
Again, Kevin Leahy, Director of Construction for Avalon Bay. We had invited you guys to our top-out party. I think it was back in mid-November.
Yes.
Since then, we've really moved forward. Our windows were almost dried in. We're up to the 6th floor with our window installation. The TPO roofing is wrapping up. By next week, we'll be dried in. We're framing up to about the 4th floor. We started doing some of the site work around first lift of asphalt in the back and the south end of the retail parking lot. We're gearing up to also start the Publix renovation and the facade renovation of all the retail, hoping to start that mid-April. We're doing some of the road work on the access road alongside, and there's going to be a tie-in to, I believe it's Palmetto Drive on the south end. Our target for completion is first or second week of January. We're trying our best to move it up into completing it in 26. It's just a little early in construction. Still a lot of curveballs that can come our way. Believe me, I'm getting pressure from my bosses too. It's always go, 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 get it done as fast as you can. So we're making every effort we can to move that up into completing in 26. But we're doing our best we keep a clean site, a safe site, try to stay out of everybody's way. And I think, we plan to be in the community here for a long time. This company builds to own for a very long time. So we plan to be a good community partner for many, many years to come. So don't know if you guys have any other particular questions.
No.
There's also the off-site work on North Lake in the median that I don't know if you guys are familiar. There's one intersection that they're going to continue. We're going to put a new island in to kind of make that a safer intersection. Yeah. And that'll come in probably April, May. We'll start that work, and it'll be about 2 to 3 months of work there. So.
More of an appreciation to you and your crew When I came to the top of an event and to hear that you guys were that far ahead of schedule, that speaks to your commitment in getting things done from A to Z and how much vested you're into our town. And I just want to say on behalf of myself as well as everybody up here, we appreciate you as our newest partner to this engagement that we are in, and we look forward to more of the fruitful things you have to bring us in reporting.
Yeah. No, we appreciate you guys, and like I said, we're going to continue to do our best and keep things moving along for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
That's all I have, sir.
Okay. Commissioner comments. We'll start with you, Commissioner O'Rourke.
Well, I'm not sure I have anything to say tonight. No, that's not true. I was trying to lighten up a little bit. I know I've been very heavy tonight. I've insulted Tom quite a bit. That's too bad. I'm sorry. I have a position here that I want to bring forward. And quite frankly, my position is that I'm not sure I trust the leadership that's, the management that's going on in this town. The discussions, I know your comments were designed to get me to talk about how we can work together. I don't know if we can work together, Rich. I don't trust the things you've been doing. I don't trust what's going on in the marina. I don't trust the litigation that's going on in this town. We're a town that's desperately in need of money. We have a downtown area that's dying. The one business that opened up last year is now closed. We're in a bad place, and I don't see it getting any better. And I don't think lawsuits are the way to solve these problems. I do believe that the lawsuits, which is, I'm not even going to comment on how many lawsuits we have going on in this town now. This wasn't how we operated before. We worked with people to make good things happen in this town. And then, as soon as you were able to, and not you, I'm not talking about you, Rich, as soon as the town was able to get rid of the prior manager, things changed drastically. Those changes were deliberate because there's a group of people that were involved that wanted you as the town manager. And it all worked out that way. And now we have you as the town manager, and our revenue is going down, and our expenses, especially our legal expenses, are going up. Our marina has been turned over to somebody who used to work with a boating club that now has privileged areas of our marina. I don't understand why all of these things are happening. So I looked into those things. And apparently, there's other developers that these two people are interested in. Excuse me, my time. My time.
Please, let them talk.
And you know, because you dismiss it and make it look like I'm the bad guy, I've never lost my love for this town and concern for what's going on right now. And it couldn't be any worse than what's going on and what happened in this commission chamber today. I may get knocked out as a commissioner. I don't know. I I do know this, that I'm not so confident that that we're going to be able to get out of this situation that we're in right now. And it deeply concerns me. I'm a new resident to this town. 15 years ago, I was a new resident. And it seems to me that other new residents have taken over, and we're in deep, deep trouble. The jet ride is owned by a developer, a marina manager, and that's part of what's going on here. It's a maneuver to try to get someone else in there. That's my belief. And as I look into it more and more, I seem to find more and more that that's the case. I'm sorry that you guys over there don't look deeper into things. You rely on the people you should rely on. I have found that they're not reliable. This town is in a financial mess, and it's not getting any better. That's it. Thanks.
Commissioner Linden.
Okay, well, let me shift gears here. Some things have come up that I think need our attention. One is we have people working and soliciting in the town that I know residents, if you walk in their backyard, they're going to pull a gun on you, all right? And I don't want to see that happen. So I think we, as a commission, need to come up with some very clear guidelines on people soliciting or walking through our yards without ID, with a bunch of stories. Thank you very much, Captain. I called you, interrupted her meeting. I apologize for that. But she was able to immediately connect me with someone that put it to bed real quick. Captain Pizzoni did a very nice job. I just want to give you that. But I knew who to call, all right? Not everybody has that same thing. So when you're walking through and when you ask that person, do you have ID? No, I have it in the truck. Well, who do you represent? AT&T, and they've got a T-shirt on, you know, with no indication who they work for. That's also an issue. We've got other big ones, but we also got some small ones. All right. I got a call 2 or 3 times this week on our calendar. I don't know who's updating our calendar, but I'll give you an example. Last night we went to the community watch meeting. There was 4 of us there. Me, my wife, Rick Goodsell, and Michael. Couldn't get in the door because of the lock. So we made a decision to go over to the library and have it there. Library people took care of us. They even brought us pizza. But there was 2 different dates for the community watch meeting. And I called and eventually got clarification sent on to the people that had asked me. So we need to take a closer look. I just pulled it up now for Saturday. There's a reading for the record at 9 a.m. and a reading for the record at 10 a.m., 2 different locations. Which ones do we send people to? You know, one is in the pavilion, the other's in the town green. So one, of course, is going to be part of the festival at Kelsey Park. But when somebody calls me and says, man, I really want to go and bring my kids, which one do I go to? And I can't find an answer. I could have called Judy, which I didn't do, Judy, so thank you on that. So And then just before I got here, I got a call, is the Rust Market going on this Saturday? I said, well, let me look on the calendar. No reference to the Rust Market, okay? And so when you reach out to other people you know, like Jesse and his group, yeah, we're going to be going strong, but we don't advertise it, all right? So we need to back up, take a look at what we're doing and not confuse the residents, okay? So, and that's about it. Judy, that's okay. It's over and done with, you know. But go ahead if you wanted to say something.
Oh, Judy Cooper, Library Director. We will be there. We were originally going to be down at the park. That's the reason why at the indoor pavilion. That's the reason why it was that. But yeah, we are 9 to 2 at the Town Green, and we will be running in conjunction, or at the same time anyway, as the Rust Market. So hopefully you'll come to see both of them.
Okay. I can clarify that. That's easy enough. The people will still come. But I do have a question now that you brought that up on the Town Green. I don't ever remember us purchasing that piece of property. And we hold events there now. It was once a year for the tree lighting, and now looks like we're going more and more towards there. And are we paying rent for it? We getting it for free?
So, yes, so we have been awarded by the owner to be able to hold more events there. So yes, we were previously just doing the holiday tree lighting event there. And now that we've been asked to move more events downtown, so yes, we're not paying rent. We're not, not doing anything different than we were doing before.
Thank you. I love Kelsey Park, but getting the people in the Town Green to see the rest of the town, especially during a Rust Market, that shows a very vibrant downtown.
Yes, it does.
So, okay. And I do have one question for Mr. Baird. On the lawsuits that I looked at, the names they were calling out were the sitting commissioners and the mayor. If the three of us resigned tomorrow, would we be excluded from that lawsuit?
That would be up to the plaintiff.
Okay, that's a good answer. Thank you. Yeah, because you've got a variety of people that were there, former commissioners, former vice mayor, everybody, all right? So they're getting a free pass, and while we're serving, and the other question is, both Commissioner O'Rourke and myself were out for over a year, or close to a year, give or take. So we got back in. Does that hiatus for that amount of time have any effect on us? I don't know. Yeah. So, okay. Well, thank you, Tom. You answered that.
Vice Mayor.
I actually had one request, but I just want to say something real quick about Lake Park, because I've been here for a long time, and I'm not going anywhere. I'll be living here probably till the good Lord calls me home. But I love this town. I love the people around this town. Some of you may see me walking. I love walking around this town. I love driving around this town. I love it. And it does offend me when I hear people talk bad about this town or attack this town. So yeah, I get a little passionate about what I say. I respect everybody on this dais. I respect your decision. We're not always going to agree. It's just like coaching. You're going to call one play and you're going to try to adjust to it. But I love this town. When it comes to I'm going to say this because I'm going to try to say this right because I wasn't going to talk about this. When it comes to the town manager and the town attorney, I hear a lot. It's like, hey, this guy, and I do a lot at my school, a lot of work. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. And I hear people say, well, this commission doesn't have time to read through the documents or to hear about this. I know majority a lot of stuff going on because I do spend 2 hours. When he calls, it's 2 hours on the phone with Rich. And if he can't get a hold to you, he's popping up at the school. And the principal knows, well, he got something to do. So, and that's another 2 hours. So, you know, I hear everything going on. And Rich, and I don't want to spill the beans, but we talk about downtown. There's a lot of good things that's going to be 3 restaurants. I don't want to break, I'm going to let you guys break the news and things that's going to be going on downtown. And the notion that this town going broke, you know, I tell my son that every day I'm going broke. I'm not going broke. That's a phase that I use to manipulate what I want.
That's right.
And the same thing goes for you, Mr. Bear. You know, you called me. I was on the phone with you, what, was 2 hours yesterday? That's every week. If we want to know what's going on, we have to make the time to read the emails and talk to the people. Now, I heard earlier today we only talked to 2 people, so I am inviting, requesting that we get the Forrest in here at the podium. They can come any day, and I can hear anytime they want to go on a public meeting, but I will not talk with anybody privately that we're on a litigation with. So if they want to come here, I'm more than welcome to have them come here and talk to all of us. It's my time. All right.
I understand.
It's my time. Give me 1 second. So I just want to say that it may look like the town is getting beat up, like we're bad, everything's going wrong, but we're not. There's good things happening. I know I ride by Avalon, go to the store, and I look at Avalon like, wow, look at Avalon, you know. I ride by Coastal Karma, and he's doing finishing the construction there. It looks beautiful. Things are getting in place. We just have to work together as a team to make it in place. With that said, the past 2 years, and this is just a request, I've been doing a lot of elections, so as you may know, and I'm asking, and elections are important, if the commissioner would consider putting for discussion and moving the March 18th meeting because I won't be here. It's spring break for the school, and I'm sure Commissioner Thomas may not be here, and it's going to be right after election, and I kind of missed spring break for 2 years for my family, and I will really, really like to enjoy spring break with them. But if you can, I understand. So,
Do you have a proposal for a different date?
whatever date works for you guys, whatever date.
So, Mr. Mayor, alternative dates, if we stayed on a Wednesday, would be the 11th or the 25th. So we'd have 2 meetings in a row on the 4th and the 11th, if you went with the 11th, or the 4th and the 25th, or, well,
I'm okay whichever the commission desires.
I'm okay with whatever date.
So whatever day you got.
we can check with Commissioner Thomas too, and then,
Yeah.
and then we'll, bring it back on the March 4th meeting as a resolution.
Okay.
All right.
You all set?
One last thing that I want to say. The last day, I promise.
No,
On
it's
March 7th at 5 o'clock, we have some fun things planned. We're going to do bingo with the vice mayor. We're going to be upstairs. We're going to play a little bingo. Got a couple of prizes donated. Texas Roadhouse, Oceana Coffee, a couple of the local businesses giving out prizes with Target itself for bingo. So it's a nice thing for the community to come out and enjoy bingo, live music, and some nibbles to nibble on. All right?
All right. Thank you for that. Commissioner Rourke, you said you had another.
I wanted to clarify something you mentioned, Vice Mayor. Since these lawsuits have started, I have not spoken to anybody that will be on the opposite side of a lawsuit from this town. I respect that part of it, and I will maintain that position. I would not talk to anybody. There's a plaintiff to this town, and I have nothing to say to them at this point, so.
And I appreciate that. And that's the thing I want to understand. There is lawsuits, but they're all from the same person. So when we look at what's causing the problem in this town, I'm not saying that person causing the problem, but being a math teacher, the denominator's starting to rank out a little bit.
Commissioner Linden, I was waiting for you to come in on this as well.
Well, we all got an invitation to the ribbon cutting, to the Nautilus 220. Should we go?
I was advised not to.
I already declined the invitation.
You declined it?
I declined it. I'm not, we're in a litigation. The only, everybody speak for themselves. They can come and talk to me here. So listen, be transparent. I have dined at Seahawk Prime, but that's totally different from the building itself or what we're going through. It's actually a great restaurant. You guys should try it. But no, I will not be attending that event.
Anything else?
No, that's it. I didn't know what the general consensus.
Could you please say that for the record, if you'd like?
I'm not going to attend that event.
Okay. All set? Okay. Good evening, everybody. We've had quite a night. We've had quite a heightened night. A lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, a lot of tension. And myself, I have more than that, obviously, because there's an election, and it sits on my lap. And I'm not going to talk too much about the election because that's out of respect to my opponent, because this is not the time for that talk. What the time to talk about, and the town manager made the reference to that word, is unity. It is at the most imperishable time right now that we maintain a united front. I have sat here and said my first obligation is to my community and my town, and I do not waver from that whatsoever. And I know this dais all feels the same, despite the tension, despite the dialogue, despite the uneasiness of the situation. And I'm not going to talk to any one situation at all. But we cannot let something divide us down. It does not work. It never has, never will. There's too much of that going on in the world today for us in this small town, 2.4 square miles, to let things divide us. I won't let that happen. I've never even taught my children that way. And my children is my household is as diverse as you can get. I refuse to let that happen in my four walls at home. And I refuse, as your mayor sitting here right now, to let this happen to us. So I am pleading on the camera, looking at everybody that watches this on YouTube, Channel 18, Facebook, any platform you're watching this on. Do not let this divide us. Those that are sitting here on right now in this room, do not let this divide us. Keep and maintain a united front, because we're all we got. There is no magic hand that's going to come in and poof, make everything gone. We are all we got. And I see I can feel the game playing being played as this thing is going on. And I'm sorry, for me, I'm not about games. I'm about getting things done and sticking to the narrative of business that we have to do, that we swore in to do when we took the role of this dais. We have to stay together on this. good, bad, and different. It has to maintain unity. And what makes it even more hurtful to me is that we have a new partner sitting there coming to give us a status quo of what he's looking to bring us forth. And this is his first vision tonight of what he has to see. So how do you think he might be thinking right now? He's not saying a single word, but I could tell the brain is rolling. He's got to go back to his guys and say, man, you missed a hell of a night. But for me, this is not a hell of a night. This is a miserable night. This is not what we are here for. We are the town of Lake Park. We should be standing hand in hand, side by side. This is what I signed up for here for. I signed up for this. And I'll stand here and take responsibility for whatever actions I have to, because that's what I signed up here for as your mayor. You won't see me take a stance of wanting to get out of Dodge, because I am 41 years here, more than any of you. And I'm proud to say that. And I can say that. And that includes employees and everybody. And I refuse to let us sit there and go down in flames off of something we all know is right, should be just and true. We are the town of Lake Park, people. Do not let this divide you. Please don't. Staff, I know where you stand, because I see you every day and we have discussions. And I thank you, but don't let this divide you in-house either. Let's maintain a front. I am glad to have you as a partner, because you're presenting a great product for us, for future residents to enjoy this town, and I hope they do. But I do not want you to view this night as a night of repeated offense. It is not the way it is. And yes, we have issues, but who doesn't? Even in their own household, who doesn't? We all get problems. But we have to maintain solidarity and unity. And I refuse to let that happen. And again, I said I'm not going to bring the election up, but if these are my last days, fine. You know what? I won't be here, but you damn sure know I'll be here, because I'm still Lake Park. My words are, I am and always will be Lake Park. I say that every day to everyone at any moment. I just need everybody with me. Stand beside me. Let's put this thing together. Let's put everything to rest the way it should be, and let's move this town forward in the right way, in the balanced way that makes everybody happy. Will everybody be happy? No. But can we find somewhat of a balanced, happy median? I believe we do. And it will take all of us to do it. But I urge you all, do not let this divide, because we will not win. I will leave it at that. Any requests for future agenda items?
Yes.
Please name it.
Request to bring up the dog ordinance.
The what
Second
ordinance?
request.
I'm sorry?
The dog prohibition ordinance.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything else? All right. Motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second? Second?
Sure, why not?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.